There are some problems in college football, and the biggest one, let's go to it, is the Georgia defense. I think we should just start calling them the White Walkers. Fellas, they hosted one of my new favorite programs and one of my new favorite biker gangs, the Kentucky Wildcats. Sounds so strange. This year has been real strange, real cool, but real strange. Kentucky at Georgia, second weekend in October, is a meeting of undefeated teams, Trevor. They go in with the White Walkers. Break it down. What did you see? What did you love? Or is this what we expected? Nice job, Wildcats. Move along.
You know, I love the hype leading into the game. I love what Mark Stoops is doing at Kentucky. It's a basketball school, and he is turning it into an all-around sports school. Very, very fun to watch. That being said, Georgia is Georgia. Georgia is the juggernaut this year. They are the, what do you call them? The White Walkers?
White Walkers.
They are the White Walkers. That defense is absolutely fantastic. Holding Kentucky, who primarily kind of creates their identity in the run game, right, to 51 yards rushing today, and just completely shut them down from start to finish. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Stetson Bennett, talented. Is he going to be in the Heisman talk? I don't think so. 3 touchdown passes. Really just a phenomenal game manager that doesn't make a lot of mistakes and takes what the defense gives him. Of course, it wasn't a super big blowout. It was a big game. But Georgia, man, you are top of the college football world. I look forward to watching you stay there, and we'll see you at the playoff. Just write the ticket now.
Hack, the White Walkers. They took on your fellow Nittany Lion. I know you know Will Levis.
Yeah.
Like, what jumped out at you?
I'll tell you what, man. I love the brand of football that Georgia's playing right now. It's throwback, it's vintage, and if you're a ball guy, you know, they play gritty. I mean, it's hard to say gritty, but that defense is just phenomenal. They're gonna go down as one of the best ever, in my opinion. And then offensively, like Trevor was saying, they haven't really gone out there and done a lot of they haven't won flashy. You know, they're right. Stetson 16 for 20 today for 250 and 3 touchdowns, but they run the football. They do their they control the time of possession. They never hurt themselves. It's just throwback, man. They pound the rock, they work off play action, they create shots from that. And that's why I said I think Georgia could win the national championship with 13 or JT pulling the trigger back there. And that's I don't think you get to say that very often with teams, but I think it's a credit to Kirby and how he built that entire team. And you know, I agree with you, George. I think Kentucky's doing something really special down there. It's cool to see the development of that program. But you asked me the question that was a week or two ago about, you know, how do you attack this Georgia team? And it's tough. They're like the Spartan phalanx formation, dude. They're impenetrable. They're awesome. So for me, watching it up until this point, they're leaps and bounds above a lot of teams in college football. So that's just what it was. I thought Kentucky came out and gave it their best shot, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough.
I recorded every Bulldog game this year. The first one was just because it was a heavyweight fight. But I don't think I've ever done this with college defenses, just to watch this defense. They don't blitz that much. They still get pressure. It's always 5+ around the ball. There never really is like a solo tackle without 3 other heads coming in at the last minute. Nobody gets behind them. They don't have blown coverages. You can't really get to the edge. They are at the same time awesome individually, but they're sound across the board. You don't have to talk about makeup speed because they're not really getting beat. You can't really run misdirection things because everybody in the backside's home and scraping. I don't know what you're going to do. Killer part is, Dagan, can you put that back up on the screen, the Georgia notes from this game? Something jumped out at me. Kentucky, only team in this gauntlet of teams that Georgia's played, Arkansas and the rest, Clemson, that scored 2 touchdowns against Georgia. They've given up 3 now this year. Kentucky. Now, yeah, we're talking about the White Walkers, but we're also talking about a very good job. It just didn't get the merits of a win today for that Kentucky staff and Will Levis. He played out of his mind and still got rocked. They played out of their mind, and they'll keep on winning. This wasn't just a deal where they, had some kind of seance last night. They came, they brought it, and still got rocked. So we can look at the Georgia schedule going forward, but to ask you guys this, do you see them stumbling, or can we go ahead with heavy pencil, put them in as possibly the 1 seed, certainly until we get to the SEC championship?
I think it's as solid as of a pencil in that we've had in recent years in college football. I mean, just listening to you guys talk about it, sit back, it's the same brand of football we talked about with Alabama as of late, right? They're playing really good on defense. They don't make mistakes. They capitalize on your mistakes. I mean, it's like Kirby Smart has finally gotten to the point where he's mimicked exactly what Nick Saban has done now for years, right? I mean, they really don't have much of a schedule yet. Their last 2 games are Charleston Southern and then, Georgia Tech, right? So they've got a couple games left here. They go to Florida, they host Missouri, which that'll be a cakewalk. They go to Tennessee, and then it's these 2 kind of games to finish up the year. So
yeah.
Pencil them in now, right? It'll be a fun SEC championship game with whoever comes out of the West. Obviously, I still think it'll be Alabama, but right now Georgia is the team to beat, not only in the East, not only in the SEC, but in college football, and I think we've made that very clear.
Hack, they're 6-0, and they've given up 3 touchdowns. Trevor just ran down the schedule with Georgia Tech and who at the end?
Charleston Southern.
Over under 7.5 touchdowns Georgia gives up this year. They're at 3 right now through the home stretch.
They're at 3, and they got
Missouri, Florida.
So I'm going to say Florida and Tennessee are probably the only 2 teams that are going to score on them. Mm-hmm. So what's that? 4.5? You're giving us 4.5 touchdowns between those 2?
Yep. Touchdowns now.
I think they're going to go under. I think they're going to hold this. I think they're going to hold them under 7.5.
Wow. I wonder what the all-time record is for fewest touchdowns in the modern era.